Hello there, and a warm welcome to a special edition of Premier League Today. There are 7 weeks, of course, remaining of what's already been a brilliant season, and the next 49 days could turn it into one of the best in recent memory. The biggest team prize is up for grabs, and so are three major individual Premier League honours: the Golden Boots, Golden Glove and Playmaker Awards. They're the focus of this show in the company of our Monday regulars, Don Hutchison and Dion Dublin, only one of whom is a past winner of one of these awards. I wonder who that would be then.
I think it might be Dion.
Playing goal? You playing goal?
No. You got it with you? Have you brought it? Don't tell me you brought it with you. No. Surely not.
I carry it around all the time.
I bet you do.
I carry it around all the time.
But dare I say, when someone says 97, 98, you'll almost be able to recount every single of your 21 Premier League goals, won't you?
Yes, every single one.
21? Is that all I want it?
21?
Bad, yeah.
It was. Who was it? There was me, Michael Owen, and Chris Sutton, I think. Three of us all got 21 goals that year.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know. I don't know if it was. I tell you what, it was harder to score goals back then.
Was it?
Oh, it was so much harder. Defenders were better. Pitches were terrible. It's an amazing.
World Cup year as well, wasn't it?
It was a World Cup year, yes. Thanks for reminding me. I didn't make that either.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, you killed me.
Me neither.
You killed me. Absolutely killed me. The other thing about the Golden Boot is because it's as a centre forward.
Yeah.
Because that's as high as you can get within the league.
Yeah.
You know, prestige, and it's nice to have the Golden Boot back home. I think the wife's put it in the downstairs toilet. I think that's as far as it gets. That's as far as it gets. That's a pinnacle. Yes. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Well, this is a bit of a flashback then for Dion, who, dare I say, when he was...
Look at this, it's in colour.
Great goal.
It's in colour, I'm delighted.
I'd like to analyse...
This is what we did. Gary McAllister.
Every week.
Yeah.
Every week, when you played Coventry, Manish, it was short free kick, near post, someone flicks it on, Dion round the back.
Yeah, there you go. Comes back for this, look at this.
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah, it was Gordon Strachan.
I'd like to analyse the defender, but I'm not gonna. Oh no! Everton, last day of the season. No!
Keeper.
That goal nearly sent us down.
Really?
This is me and Dion playing against each other on the last day of the season. We were lucky that Chelsea beat Bolton at the Bridge, and we stayed up by goal difference because of his goal.
Unbelievable.
Drew 1-1. Incredible.
Sorry.
Hey, Evertonians, they'll never ever forget the sorry state that we were in.
Wow.
Lucky we were.
There's one more goal that we haven't shown you in that brief compilation.
Go on then.
You know which one this is.
Go on.
Have a look.
Yes, I do know.
Oh.
See, my momentum took me off the pitch, and it's a long way back to come on, so... Sorry.
Oh, look at that.
I wonder if you'd get a yellow for that these days.
No, you know what? That was actually done in the lower leagues over the weekend.
Was it really?
A goal
yes,
like
it
that?
was actually. I've seen somebody.
Yeah.
There's been a couple actually.
You've got the cheek to celebrate that.
And
look at the audacity. The audacity to have a picture taken as well.
And the joke is on the circuit, Shay Given's the only Irishman that doesn't know where Dublin is.
Oh,
and wait till Tuesday, try the fish.
What did Shay say to you afterwards?
I didn't know you were there, big man. I just didn't know you were there. I thought I'm 6'2" and 16 stone. How can you not see me? The thing about it is because my momentum took me off the pitch. I went to head it and Shay just plucked it out the sky.
Yeah.
He had no idea that I was there. He had no idea. He didn't even check. But since that game, every single goalkeeper checks. Double checks, and it's a nightmare for them. So they have to check now.
Mind you, I actually think he's done pretty well from Christmas bloopers tapes and whatnot ever since.
Oh, did he get a royalty? Because I've not got one. That is shocking.
No, look, let's bring it back up to date, of course, because as well as our very own Dion here in the studio, there's been some illustrious other names to win the Golden Boots since it was first awarded back in 1993.
It's Shearer, and it's in. Everything he touches turns to gold. And Owen is away again and could make it two. It has done. There's nothing with a header. It's in. He's 18th in the Premier League, which equals Michael Owens. Henry.
It's another one to put in the portfolio of astonishing Thierry Henry goals.
Drogba. Oh, well played, Drogba. What a finish that is. Exhilarating. Explosive. Ronaldo, wonderful football, capped by an exquisite finish.
Unbelievable! He was truly a gift from heaven.
Lifted up for Van Persie! Aguero! The Premier League's hottest striker is on target again. And here is Harry Kane for Tottenham. Oh, what a goal! A classic derby goal from Harry Kane! Salah rushing on. Martina. Salah! The hottest property in the Premier League right now, with a red-hot Liverpool finish.
So these are the 6 leading contenders. A fair few Premier League goals between them.
I'm just hearing the number wasn't 21. It was 18. No. I had 11. I had 11 that year.
Hang on.
That's barren.
18 got you the golden boots.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I was playing against Bruce and Pallister, Adams and Keown. You know, I'm not playing against this rubbish nowadays. They're all rubbish.
18.
I'll take it though.
We have literally taken 3 goals off Dion in the last 10 minutes, which is incredible. It'll be 15 by the time this programme finishes. But look, let's have a look at the list of contenders then, because you can see them over our shoulders. And, you know, if the title race is fascinatingly poised, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 1 goal separating 5 of those players, with Raheem Sterling in the mix. Yeah. That's 3 goals between the 6 of them.
To be fair, Aguero deserves it now. Look at that number.
18.
You should give it to him now.
You'd be joint top.
I'd be delighted.
By the way, I had Aubameyang as my top scorer on match day 1. I just thought he'll play loads against for Arsenal. I thought, you know, and the way that he plays, the speediness, the quickness of him, I thought he'd be right up there. So I'm not surprised that he's there.
Yeah, I went for Kane. I went for Kane because of last season's consistency and, you know, that little battle he had with Romelu Lukaku as well, with all the goals. I just think Kane will always get you 20, 25 goals at best. I still think Kane will win it.
A couple of good names on there. Sadio Mane.
He does come good towards the end of the last couple of seasons.
I just think Kane is just reliable. He just always performs when you need him to.
I think that's the thing. When you look at who Tottenham play every single week, you go, Kane will get 1. Kane will get 1. You might get 2 there. You might get every single week. You can more or less rely on him.
That's true.
His numbers. Credit Sadio Mane and Raheem Sterling for being on that list.
Yeah,
they're not prolific goal scorers, not number 9s, but they've been not carrying their clubs, but they've been doing ever so well the last couple of months.
Before we talk about Raheem Sterling, how much is the Golden Boot coveted by the players themselves? Because you all like to talk about it being a team game.
Yeah.
But, you know, strikers in particular, they're a selfish breed, aren't they?
Yes. Yes, very, very much. Very much so. It's the players couldn't be happy. The players that were in and around me couldn't have been happier for me. They couldn't have been happier to contribute to my performances, to make sure that I got as many goals as possible. It is very much a team thing, but they know they know it's for me.
It has to be.
They know it's for me, but the way that they, you know, Paul Telford, even back in the day, John Solarco, the amount of crosses that they put in, every opportunity, crossed the ball, because it was my biggest asset, was heading the ball. So put as many crosses in as possible. So it worked.
It's got to be for strikers. When you finish the season, you go, what was I chasing there? You're chasing all the records in terms of where we're going to finish, top 4, we're going to win the league, we're going to win a trophy. But for a striker himself who wears the 9 or the 10, whatever number you wear these days, you want the golden boot, don't you?
Yeah.
That says I've had a great season.
Yeah. And what was actually quite notable is amongst that list of 6 players, 3 of them are only genuine centre forwards. Yeah. It kind of shows where we're going with the game at the minute.
That's it. Well, look at Mo Salah doesn't play as an orthodox number 9. No. I mentioned Raheem Sterling, Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
So it shows you the different formations that are taking place. You know, it used to be a 4-4-2 game where you had a couple of number 9s or a number 9 and a number 10 when Dennis Bergkamp come in, and you know, people like that changed the game where you had a number 9 leading it and someone just dropping in a little bit deeper. With the 3 boys that seem to be playing in the formations this season, all 3 for whoever side you pick, looks as though they can score goals.
It's good that the game has evolved to the stage where you have got players like Raheem scoring goals from out wide.
Yeah.
We all know being out wide is his best position. You know, he's not very good at playing the game with his back to goal. So players like that need to be able to have the opportunity to go and wander, go and play, because I think the intelligence of the player that's wandering then it's the intelligence of the other players in and around him. Right, there's a gap being filled there. Let me switch.
Correct.
The grafters behind. The one that don't get the goal.
The backbone. I call them the backbone.
The ones that fill in for these guys.
Exactly. You're right, and that's exactly how this game's become now.
So let's carry on about Raheem Sterling. He's on that list with 15 Premier League goals, which is incredible. And, you know, what he's done for his country in England only, just a few days ago with that hat-trick, it just shows where we are. I mean, he's clearly the man of the moment right now.
He's maturing, isn't he? When you look at the player that was at Liverpool, I think everyone who loved football and loved watching it, you knew there was a player in there. He's like a rough diamond at Liverpool. Went away from Liverpool, took him a little bit of time to get going at Man City. Hard when you go for a big transfer fee and you go to a brand new club, because he got criticised by Liverpool fans. You know, then since working under Pep Guardiola, you have to say, when you watch him now, he is getting more mature. He's got more football intelligence that he had. He knows where to be on a football pitch. His assist numbers will always be great. Getting with the ball 1v1's superb.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not many better, because he can take anyone on in a 5-yard box.
Yeah.
But now he's adding all the numbers to that as well.
Look at the numbers as well. And Dion, just as you mentioned, really, that progression over the years, you know, from his Liverpool days to Manchester City, he's just got better and better. I just wonder, actually, under Pep, he's been brilliant. Would he have been as good as he is now under any other manager?
No, I think he would have got better. I just think Pep's... I don't know this for a fact, but from what I've seen in the progression of Raheem Sterling, not just as a player, but as a man as well, is that he's taken him aside and he said, listen, why don't you try this, or why don't you look at this? His movement in and off the ball, the goals that he's getting. You know, he's scoring very good goals like that. Most of his goals, as we know, have been tap-ins at the far post where he's just come in and it's been a slider. That's his best. Look, these kind of goals I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, closing the back door. I think the most impressive thing about Raheem Sterling is that now he has an end product to all the good work. Whereas before, as Don said, or Don touched on, the biggest thing as a winger, as we know them, as a winger, is end product. Whether you cross it, whether you score a goal, or whether you create a goal, that is it. Right now, he could possibly be the best wide player for creating and scoring goals.
Well, look at Real Madrid now, Manish, Dion. They are going to have a massive rebuild in the summer. The first name in the press that's getting mentioned at Real Madrid is Raheem Sterling. That shows you the job that he's doing, because he's attracting attention from the biggest clubs in the world. So everyone's recognising how good of a player Raheem Sterling is. And by the way, he's just a baby.
How old is he now? Is he 24?
He's 5-6 years away from his prime.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Is he... The rate of progress that he's made, has it taken you both by surprise?
Yeah, it's not the rate of progress, how quickly that progress has come. Yes, it has, completely. Over the last couple of seasons, he's gone from being a boy, playing in the first team and trying to find his feet, to being a man and being the man, if you know what I mean, for outfield players for Man City.
And it's funny you talk about him having an end product. I was looking at this only yesterday, 15 goals from 57 shots on goal. Compare that to Harry Kane, 93 shots on goal has given him 17. He's more clinical in the Premier League this season than Harry Kane. And who would have believed that before a ball was kicked in the summer?
Well, I think Harry, I think he tends to take a lot of shots on from difficult angles. He's probably a selfish number 9. So I think sometimes with Harry's stats, those can probably go slightly against him. And I have to eat humble pie talking about Raheem Sterling, because I watched him and I was adamant, the player that left Liverpool, I questioned whether he could finish on his left foot. I actually questioned when he had the ball outside the box on his right foot, he had the technique to try and generate the power.
Yeah, the culture,
it was one of them where you go, some players are great when they can spray diagonal balls 40, 50 yards and got it very, very easily. Some players struggle. And when I saw Raheem Sterling taking shots on from distance, and it was maybe me and look at his thighs or his body shape or the height and strength of him, I thought, he's never suited in taking shots on from distance. Tap-ins are not a problem. And then since he's gone to City now, there were so many goals, especially last season, when City were banging trouble. He'd come off that left-hand side. The goal that comes to mind was Southampton. Comes inside on his right foot, whips him into the top corner. He'd done it over and over again. So either shows you that, well, loads of things. It shows that A, he's physically getting stronger. So you can kick the ball with a lot more, kick it harder if you like, to try and simplify it. His technique's getting better. Pep's given him so much more confidence. He's now grown as a man, he's maturing. So all the things are leading up to this kid being a superstar.
And it's interesting you talk about maturing, because Gareth Southgate said exactly that for England, because after the hat-trick, he said he's been part of our senior leadership group where he's taken the likes of Jadon Sancho, Callum Hudson-Odoi under his wing, and they look up to him as a role model because on and off the pitch, there seems to be this growing feeling he's almost usurping Virgil van Dijk for Player of the Year right now.
Yeah, listen, he has to be looked at in that way. He has to, because you cannot ignore good performances. You definitely can't ignore goals. And at the moment, he's doing both. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that he's looking after some of the young players as well on England duty, because they'll be looking to him, you know. And stupid as it sounds, 2 young black players that are looking for a senior in their eyes, black role model that's doing what they want to do.
Come from a similar background.
Similar backgrounds and stuff. Raheem Sterling's had it. He's had it hard. He's had it incredibly hard.
Brave, wasn't he? He come out on social media and just, opened his heart and had a real good go at everyone. I think since that day, everyone's took a step back and gone, do you know what? He's actually right, He's right, exactly right in what he's saying. So therefore gives the younger players and the black players, whoever, it gives them an opportunity where if they're 16 or 17, 18 going through a bad time, they can either go to Gareth, they can go to Holland, who's number 2, or they can even go to Raheem Sterling, because he seems to have put himself forward to be the spokesman. And it's working for him.
And because of that, Dion, this is quite a strong question. Does it make him the most important English player of his generation?
No, I don't think it does. It makes it important for black young players. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does. I do believe that there's other strong characters within that dressing room. The strongest character that England have at the moment is their manager. And he will make sure that his players are strong-willed and strong characters like him, because that's what he was like as a captain. I think, in answer to your question, for black, up-and-coming young players, Raheem Sterling is very important, and he's shown that he wants to be the man to be important.
Don, it's hard to argue against that, isn't it?
No, I totally concur. I never get into the racism side of it. I just don't like it. I think it's ugly. It's never been in my brain ever thinking about that. But when you ask the question, and Dion gives the answer very eloquently, it is one of them where you look at Raheem Sterling going, do you know what? Away from the football side of it, I'm talking as a player, he's been a very brave boy to put himself out there and risk probably getting criticised for what he believes in. And he's totally right, by the way. Like I said before, when you step back and you read, and then everyone's followed suit and gone, do you know what? He's actually right, And I think the fans can look at Raheem Sterling as being a role model. All are young kids now,
Definitely.
on or off the pitch, away from football or in football. But more importantly, for the young boys in and around Man City or England, they can look to him and go, do you know what? If I need anything, I need any advice, I can go to Raheem.
Definitely.
Even possible future England captain, which would be incredible to see him there. You
know what? Going back, you'd say no chance. No chance. I'm on about him as a personality. He's very quiet. He seems to be very quiet. But then I look back at David Beckham, and David Beckham was very quiet, and he captained his country for tens of times. Maybe. At the moment, no. Lots of time to fill, lots more goals to score, and lots more fun to be had for Raheem Sterling.
I think it's probably inevitable. I think it probably is. I think the armband goes to him very easily. I think he'd suit it.
One thing about Raheem Sterling, there's certainly no ego involved as far as he's concerned, and the same goes as well for the next contender we're going to talk about. First of 2 Liverpool players. We'll talk about Salah in a second, but Sadio Mane. And if you take penalties out of the equation, he actually tops the list ahead of Aguero with 17, because he's not taken 1 pen this season. He's been brilliant. In fact, you could almost say that their title run-in has depended on his goals.